Lucky Episode 3 may feel slower than the first two episodes, but beneath its quieter pace, it carefully sets up several major revelations that completely change the direction of the story. Rather than delivering non-stop action, this episode focuses on Lucky's intelligence, her complicated past, and the dangerous game everyone is now playing to reach Carrie before it is too late. By the final minutes, the series finally brings its two central characters face to face again while introducing new mysteries that could become even more important than the missing money itself. The episode begins with another flashback that adds more context to the long-running conflict between Priscilla and Agent Rand. We see John making a deal on Priscilla's behalf while Agent Rand secretly watches from a distance. Even back then, Lucky warns Rand that things are not going to end well, and those words become much more meaningful after everything that has happened. This scene also confirms that the rivalry between Rand and Priscilla goes far beyond a professional investigation. Later in the episode, when Rand finally speaks directly with Priscilla, it becomes clear that their conflict is deeply personal. Priscilla hints that Rand blames her for the death of another agent from years earlier. That explains why Rand has become obsessed with bringing Priscilla down, even if she is constantly arriving just a little too late. Throughout Episode 3, Rand spends most of her time following Lucky's footsteps instead of getting ahead of her. She traces security camera footage from a gas station to Priscilla's farm, only to discover that Lucky has already been there and left long before the authorities arrive. This continuing pattern reinforces the idea that Lucky remains one step ahead of almost everyone chasing her. Meanwhile, Lucky arrives at Priscilla's farm during one of the episode's darkest moments. She is forced to stay hidden while Dutch brutally interrogates Noah under Priscilla's orders. Priscilla believes Noah knows something about the fake identification network, but despite the torture, he provides nothing useful. Eventually, Dutch kills him anyway. This sequence reminds viewers exactly how ruthless Priscilla's organization really is. Anyone who becomes even slightly suspicious immediately becomes expendable. Once everyone leaves, Lucky quietly enters the area and searches Noah's body. She steals his identification, hoping it will eventually lead her toward Carrie. This moment perfectly summarizes Lucky's survival instincts. She never wastes an opportunity, even under horrifying circumstances. One of the most interesting parts of the episode comes immediately afterward, when Lucky unexpectedly attends a children's birthday party. At first, the scene feels completely random. However, another flashback explains why she chooses this unusual location. Years earlier, John taught Lucky how to steal from birthday parties without attracting attention. He even explained which envelopes were most likely to contain cash and how distracted adults usually become during celebrations. The flashback is unsettling because it reveals how deeply Lucky's criminal upbringing shaped her personality. Stealing, manipulating strangers, and blending into unfamiliar environments are not skills she developed later in life. They were lessons taught to her as a child. The birthday party also highlights one of Lucky's greatest strengths. She can effortlessly change her appearance, gain people's trust, and disappear before anyone realizes something is missing. By the time she leaves, she has collected enough money, changed into an elegant outfit, and acquired another vehicle without creating any suspicion. These moments are entertaining to watch, but they also raise important questions about Lucky herself. Although she is the main character, she is far from a traditional hero. She constantly lies, manipulates innocent people, and steals whenever necessary. The series intentionally presents her as morally complicated rather than completely good or completely evil. After leaving the party, Lucky heads to Noah's apartment. She quickly discovers that someone else has already been helping criminals create fake identities. Noah himself was not the real forger. Instead, the operation belongs to his neighbor. Lucky convinces her to produce another fake identity while quietly searching through previous records. This becomes one of the episode's biggest discoveries. Among the old files, Lucky recognizes Carrie's fake identity. His new name is Coulson Smith. For the first time, Lucky finally has a real location connected directly to Carrie. This discovery completely changes her mission. Until now, she has only been following clues. Now she finally knows exactly where Carrie has been hiding. Before heading there, Lucky receives another phone call from her father. He warns her not to let anger control her decisions. John understands that she is becoming increasingly emotional, especially now that she is getting closer to finding Carrie. Lucky insists she remains focused, but her behavior throughout the episode suggests otherwise. The closer she gets to Carrie, the more personal the mission becomes. One of the episode's most entertaining scenes follows shortly afterward. Lucky pretends to be heavily intoxicated while manipulating a real estate agent. Anya Taylor-Joy delivers one of the strongest performances of the episode here, completely convincing both the audience and the unsuspecting agent. When he attempts to take advantage of her vulnerable condition, Lucky immediately turns the situation around. Instead of becoming the victim, she blackmails him into giving her access to one of his rental properties. The sequence perfectly demonstrates her intelligence and ability to stay in control even when pretending not to be. The rental property belongs to Carrie. While Carrie is away swimming, Lucky secretly searches every corner of the house looking for the missing money. She tears the entire place apart but discovers something much more interesting. Instead of finding bags full of cash, she uncovers a hidden bag containing a gun and a laptop. The laptop cannot be accessed because it is protected by a 12-word recovery phrase. This discovery immediately creates a new mystery. If Carrie does not have the money, then what information is stored on that laptop that requires such extreme security? The computer may actually be more valuable than the missing fortune itself. It could contain financial records, evidence against Priscilla, information about hidden accounts, or secrets capable of exposing everyone involved. Whatever the truth may be, the series clearly wants viewers to understand that Carrie has been protecting far more than stolen money. The episode's final scene delivers its biggest cliffhanger. Carrie unexpectedly returns home while Lucky is still inside. Instead of escaping before he arrives, she is forced to confront him directly. Both characters freeze as they finally come face to face again after spending multiple episodes searching for one another. Neither looks happy about the reunion. Lucky still believes Carrie betrayed her. Carrie has no idea how much Lucky already knows. Their meeting instantly creates enormous tension heading into the next episode. As if that were not enough, another dangerous development happens at exactly the same time. Wayne contacts Priscilla and tells her that he has finally located Carrie as well. Interestingly, Wayne somehow discovers Carrie's location independently. The episode never fully explains how he obtained that information. That immediately raises another possibility. Someone inside law enforcement may be secretly feeding information to Priscilla's organization. If that theory turns out to be true, it would explain why Priscilla always seems surprisingly informed despite constantly avoiding direct contact with investigators. The ending therefore places Carrie in extreme danger from every direction. Lucky has finally found him. Priscilla now knows where he is hiding. Wayne is preparing to move. Agent Rand is still following the investigation. Everyone is closing in on the same location at exactly the same time. Episode 3 may spend much of its runtime quietly moving pieces across the board, but its ending changes everything. The emotional reunion between Lucky and Carrie promises long-awaited answers about their past, while the mysterious laptop introduces a much larger conspiracy that could reshape the entire story. Rather than ending with gunfire or another escape, the episode finishes with uncertainty. Can Lucky still trust Carrie? Did Carrie really betray her? What secrets are hidden inside the encrypted laptop? And perhaps the biggest question of all, who will reach Carrie first before the situation explodes into violence? Those questions make episode 4 easily the most anticipated chapter of the series so far.